Ow. Ow. Oh. Ow. Hey, Best Pally, I'm Allie, and it's happened. I've been seduced by the barefoot movement. But not completely barefoot, because I live in LA and I don't need dog crap or discarded lattes or used needles in my feet. So starting today, I'm adopting a minimalist running shoe, and I'm diving in head first, wearing them to Vidcon, the one time that I walk the most out of the whole year. When I get sucked into something, I don't just try it out, I go outrageous for you. Now, I have at least 5 specific reasons why I want to commit to a more barefoot style of living, but we'll get to that. Let's unbox these sweet kicks first. Of course, I had to get 2 pairs, because you know me. If you don't know me, I haven't matched my shoes in like 15 years. And the exorbitant price of going barefoot isn't gonna stop me. I know you all come here for my unboxings. Such style and grace. Yeah, they got like this kind of mesh so it looks like those kids' water shoes. Yeah. Kids' water shoes, but in a cool way. Overly concerned with my longevity and throwing money at said longevity. Okay, a big thing about these is the squish factor. Look at that. That's barely a shoe. And then they also talk about how thin the sole is, 3 millimeters, that's it. So supposedly you'll feel more connected to the ground. And they have what's called a 0-drop heel, so your heel is in line with the front of your foot, which is not the same as the traditional running shoe. Because when you're wearing a traditional running shoe, you'll tend to land on your heel and roll forward. And the idea here is that you'll be landing more on your mid or front foot. So proponents of barefoot running say that heel strike causes chronic injury, and this gets rid of it. And now is when I should mention scientific research into the practice of running barefoot has not reached a clear consensus regarding its risks or benefits. Hence why I need to make this video to answer definitively for you, are these great or stupid or look stupid or some combination of the 3. And the first experience? Ooh. Yeah, I'm wearing socks barefoot. What? Of course I always buy the same style, just different colors, because I don't want to screw up my back. Ooh. They're absolutely comfy. And honestly decent looking as an athletic shoe. There are definitely dopier looking barefoot shoes out there, and that's why I went with this brand, because it seems like it would be the least amount of friction for me to commit to this. Or did you want to see all 5 of my toes when I decide to do this forever? Wait, what? Now, Vivobarefoot has a foot assessment tool, which I thoroughly completed for it to tell me, start small. Try a 10 to 20 minute walk. It can take 6 weeks or more to feel properly in the zone. Basically, your body, all your joints and muscles have to get used to them. Now I'm rethinking this decision. Maybe I shouldn't wear them to an event where I'll be on my feet and walking miles a day. Oops, too late. I am at the convention and these are the only shoes I pack. And off we go. Of course I gotta find, wait, that's storage. Stairs. No elevator for this barefoot babe. Starting my morning by being late to a meeting that's 25 minutes away. So my first walk isn't just a longer one, it's also urgent. Great, now I'm late to a panel and kind of bounce walking to it. Not committing to running yet, but we're getting there. I've now got another 1.1 mile walk to the next thing, so I'm already well over the recommended amount of distance on the first day. Also, I'm tracking my steps on my Oura Ring and my phone, so this video will have a side story of comparing how those 2 do. Now I'm doing a lot of standing around, which is still challenging, and it makes me notice the floor surface I'm on way more. And when I step on carpet, it's a relief. Oh, thank goodness. Ugh. It's also only like 2 p.m. I got a long day ahead of me. Sherman's here! Hey! You remember him from my channel? You're the reason I'm making a video right now.
Wait, really?
Look.
Oh!
About his barefoot shoes, and I was like, I gotta try it. I got sucked in because of you.
They're so much cleaner than mine.
Yeah, I just opened them for this.
And you got 2 different kinds?
Yeah.
Like
it's a real commitment. So I promised you I'd tell you my 5 reasons for wanting to get back into a more barefoot lifestyle. Number 1 is a more natural walking gait. So think about if you were running with no shoes, you wouldn't land with your heel, you would kind of catch yourself with your toes a little more softer, and also you wouldn't take such big strides. So faster steps and landing on the front of your foot, that's more natural. Oh my god, what a freaking nightmare. I forgot something downstairs. I'm gonna have to do this again. What is this? Are we training barefoot?
What's up, MTV? Welcome to my crib.
What did you take your shoes off for?
It's like on a scale, I wish.
Oh, so you weren't like deadlifting barefoot or anything?
No, there's an old school, like, SD wrestling scale.
Oh yeah, you didn't want the heavy weight of your really thick-soled shoes. The second reason I want to do this is to get back to a more natural foot shape. So look at the shape of this. There's so much wideness here. It's not like that with the normal shoe. Let me see your normal shoe. Look how thick that sole is. See how his comes to a point and now it's gonna cram all your toes together. Here's a foot of someone who's never worn shoes, and then here's a foot of someone who's been destroyed by shoes. And I'm definitely the destroyed by shoes person. It's kind of crazy. Well, look at that. Oh no, I'm gonna be on WikiFeed. So much. I actually recently just got a sore under my little toe, and it could never heal because it was just pushed into my foot the whole time. I had to bind my feet with tape to let it open up, and it was a whole thing. And that, besides Shervin, was another inspiration to start doing this. I need to spread my toes out. It does seem that most people have this issue because we're all wearing shoes that were initially developed in the 80s when people started jogging. By the way, it's only the afternoon. I still have a lot more to go. Now I'm gonna be late to speak on my panel. I gotta go walk another mile. Lesson I'm learning is don't go barefoot if you're always late. Oh yeah, just finished a panel. Oh, there's me. Very cool. And I got to sit on this freaking couch for an hour. Thank goodness. According to Aura, I've hit my 10,000 steps, the daily allotment. I'd really like to sit down right now, but I need to stand in this line instead. My iPhone is saying only 9,960 steps, but I am feeling it in my feet. Like the whole bottom surface of my foot is kind of burning. Did not expect that. And then I can tell that every little muscle in my foot that I've never used is now firing. I'm now at 1,800 Aura steps, and I just felt something pop in my right foot and then tingle, you know, like when you lose circulation. It's a really weird feeling and did not seem good. I've never felt such foot exhaustion. This is way worse than I expected, and I knew I was going nuts. But this might be nutser than I can handle. Now we gotta walk to the after party, which I have to look this cool at the after party. Great. I'm now at the point where just standing at this bar is hurting me, and I'm drinking, which means it's even worse than I know, because this is muting it. Oh, this is embarrassing. I'm leaving the bar before everyone else because I cannot stand it anymore. That pun was intended. No, I got pulled into another event. It's like my heart wants to party and my feet want to fall off. And I am finally back. I mean, still taking the stairs. I've hit 21,000 steps. That's according to Aura, which is surprisingly tracking with my phone 20,300. So it seems they're pretty accurate, or they're both wrong in the exact same way. And that equates to walking 11.6 miles. And a total number of calories, 2,300. Let me tell you, I did not work out today. That is calories burned from walking almost barefoot. I honestly can't tell the difference at this point. It feels like I didn't have shoes on the whole day. Oof. Good morning. I really don't want to do this. My hotel has a gym, but I am walking a mile to a different gym because I want to deadlift. I was supposed to be saying that line while deadlifting, but I forgot all my credentials, so I have to walk back to my hotel and add another mile. There we go. And I wanted to deadlift to illustrate the third reason why I want to live more barefoot. It strengthens your foot muscles, which no one ever uses when you're in shoes, and that will make you a better lifter. And I learned this from Chris Duffin when he came on Total Fit Heads podcast. He actually has his own barefoot shoe company, and I got these from that. So I'm going even more extreme today. These are barefoot trainers. And he also sells in his store toe spacers. Yeah. And this is to really retrain your feet to open up and grip the ground, which will absolutely help you get more off of the ground. It was 210. Oh man, I gotta do calf raises today. This is rough. It feels more like foot raises. Now that use of muscles, which I don't usually use, is why going so extreme all at once is probably a really stupid idea. Now this wouldn't have been a problem back when I was kickboxing because that is barefoot on your toes for 90 minutes every workout. But when the pandemic hit, I stopped kickboxing and I haven't since, so it's been like 2 years and my feet are not trained. And this is a great time to shout out B Mars, who stupidly isn't at Vidcon, but she's a ballerina and I'm pretty sure ballet dancers are barefoot trained. So when I said no one uses those foot muscles, I meant no one that's average. There are definitely hobbies and careers out there that will train them. Okay, wants to be in my video. Oh dear. More bars today, which means a lot more standing. Walking to another party, walking. Oh, I gotta check my phone what mile I'm on, but it's a lot today. 6.7, it's actually not that bad. Really nice to have found some grass though. Not gonna last for long. Everyone is very dressed up in heels, and I'm walking around in my dopey water wing shoes. Here we are. Find a reason that I want to be finally headed home. This is rough. I only hit 9.1 miles today, which is still very tough. Honestly, when I first started, I did not think I would make it till right now. Now that I've gotten here, I don't know if I should have made it till right now. It feels like I'm doing more damage than good. Ow. Oh. Ow. I'm certainly stepping on the ball of my feet. It's like the floor is lava at this point. 0 heel strike. I'm just delicately getting there. But in general, absurd extended challenges are stupid and funny. What's crazy is I'm about to walk into my room, and you know that feeling at the end of a long day where you take your shoes off and get some relief? I don't have that. I will take my shoes off and it will feel the same amount of difficult and challenging and painful because I've basically had my shoes off the whole time. Good morning, Pallies. Very much regretting my room choice 3 days ago. Christine's checking me into the hotel because I got points from her work. We gotta decide what floor.
Barefoot. Our pick. That means it's probably the best one.
And regretting my lifelong commitment to taking the stairs. Yeah, it's the best one for doing as many steps as possible in barefoot shoes.
Don't you want that?
Yes.
Okay.
More standing around, really enjoying this carpet though. Yes. Still going. The muscles in your feet are small, so I feel like they can recover faster. The morning is not as bad as the evening, but man, it's catching up with me. The arches of my foot are really hurting. If you're not a new pally, you may remember 1 year at Vidcon, I wore a weighted vest the whole time. This is way harder than that. Oh my God, it feels so good to sit. I mean, my feet feel awful, but it's very clear that I need this. I'm not even kidding. Holding the brake pedal right now is even rough. Whew, okay, yesterday was rough. I waited till today to film this because I was so whole body exhausted, I could not bring myself to speak to you. And this really illustrates that soreness on your foot permeates to your entire body. I didn't even walk that much on the last day. It was about 3.9 miles, but I couldn't handle it because my feet were so sore. The rest of me just felt, ugh. Now my totals over the past 3 days, 4,549 steps, 2.1 miles. That's almost a marathon in barefoot shoes for the first time. This video is not a tutorial. I did stupid so you don't have to. So I've learned that was probably too much and it would be much smarter to give yourself some recovery time. And now I dove in the deep end and my foot shape is still screwy. It looks like I still have a shoe on and I don't. So I've learned you can't fix a lifetime of wearing shoes in one weekend no matter how hard you go. And I've also learned that I absolutely want to keep with this. I'm gonna continue to wear my barefoot shoes, give myself a little more recovery time. And I do want to see if I can get my feet to open up more, grip the ground more, help me squat better, or even continue that natural walking gait when I'm not in barefoot shoes. And I want to see if I can get to actual barefoot at some point. Let me know in the comments if you want to see the journey to get there in a video. So even though I went super hard and also science hasn't really said if it's good or bad for you, I am sold. Pun. And specifically with these Vivobarefoot, I wore them to parties where people were trying to look cool at night in clubs, and I didn't feel too out of place, honestly. The Vibram separated toe shoes would probably add to my feeling out of placeness, but also add to my smugness if you remember number 5. So those weird looking things will probably be a part of my journey to get to full barefoot. But even with 3 millimeters between my foot and the ground, it still felt like I was more connected. But in general, my subjective experience was that this made walking just a little bit better for me, a little more challenging, and something that I can get better at, which is exactly what I want in a challenge. And if you liked this, you'll probably like seeing when I wore a weighted vest for 7 days straight. I'll put that down there for you. Let's do this. Oh yeah, in the last few seconds I'm appreciating being a normal human that's not wearing some weird thing over her shoulders. This is heavier than I remember. Start the clock. Hey look, I'm making a YouTube video.